So not a lot of you know this, but me and Monty here have actually been talking about doing videos for a while. Ever since we shot I'm Sorry, we've been planning the next one, and it's all finally coming to fruition right now, and we're about to do this interview. And I got a lot of dope questions prepared. It's time for you guys to find out a little bit about this guy right here.
Lots been coming in the making, guys. We getting to work.
First off, I know since I've known you, it seems like what the songs that you had released, you took a totally different shift in your music. And what would you say Monty Xon kind of represents right now?
Well, to answer your first thing that you said about me shifting music, definitely have made a very big pivotal switch in genres, and just, you know, trying to slowly combat that and not just hit it full force right away, because I want you guys to still enjoy everything that I'm doing and love the process of it just as much as I do. And I know that everyone loved my hip hop music, and this is something I haven't got to talk about, so now's the time. But I know a lot of you love my hip hop music and still want me to drop that type of music, but I came to a point where I found that what I was making wasn't true to me. So it was time to take a switch, and I started making these rock, punk inspired songs, and things just kind of all fell into place. My music kind of started sounding exactly how I wanted it to sound, and now we're here.
So it was like an accidental shift? Did you not even mean to stumble onto that?
No, not at all. It was just I started making music. My buddy Prod by Taurus, shout out Cam, my best friend. He kind of just started making these punk beats and started sending them to me, and I was just like, alright, well, let's fucking record, dude. You know, all we did on the weekends, we'd come over Friday and Saturday, just chop it up, drink some fucking beer, smoke some weed, make music. And I think one of the first songs we ever recorded was Summer of '06, which you've heard.
Yeah.
Pretty fire song. You guys will hear it eventually. Been a long journey. We're getting at it. Not where I want to be yet. As you guys, I'm sure you know, this shit is not fucking easy.
Definitely not overnight either.
Definitely not. But, you know, one step at a time, right?
So you said it's been a long journey. I know briefly when we met you told me how long you've been making music, but what was kind of, I don't know how to put it, but the beginning of everything, you know? And how long have you been doing it?
That's a great question, dude. So the beginning of music for me kind of goes back to, honestly, my childhood. I mean, I was taking guitar lessons, drum lessons, piano lessons, singing lessons at the age of 8 years old, and I think I stopped at 12, but that's kind of where it started. But then I had a really good friend in high school, this kid Chris, that loved making music and the production side of things, and you know, we kind of dabbled in freestyling and shit. And then I got into making beats and then kind of recording myself. That was my freshman year of high school. So it all kind of started there. I mean, granted, at the time, we were definitely on a totally different kind of a sound. We weren't really
sounding too great.
Yeah, it was. You know, it takes time. You can't nobody just jumps up on a mic and just becomes this.
Just rips it.
Yeah, it's not like that. It definitely doesn't work like that. And to be able to speak, your life into music, not just rap about money and cars and stupid bullshit, which got old to me. That's all kind of goes back to why I stopped making hip hop music. So sorry, guys, but you know, it's all for better reason, and you will soon find that out. Got a crazy tape dropping this summer, so go get that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely being in the process of everything is it's crazy to see you make music and just life and everything, because I know you personally and everything that goes on and how things just kind of are. So it's definitely something. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. And
yeah,
do you feel that the things that affect you in your personal life are directly really pushing the shift of your music to be like into that niche?
I think so. And this might seem hard to like interpret what I'm about to say, but the way that rock music makes you feel versus like the hip hop, I can't compare because music is music at the end of the day, but like it very much drives my emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And like down to my core, like when I hear like just like a hard fucking guitar with some crazy drums, like it gets me fucking high. Like it literally gets me fucking high, and that is my like it's a natural drug. Don't have to smoke weed, don't have to drink, just fucking music, bro.
Rip it.
Just music. Like it's crazy. And hip hop, like the only music in the hip hop genre that ever could satisfy those feelings was Juice. Fucking shout out Juice, bro. 999. R.I.P.
Was he one of your main inspirations for music?
Yeah. Before I took the switch to punk music, Juice WRLD is probably by far the biggest person that has like pivotally changed what I was doing and what I was standing for. And truly trying to like put into the world like this turn of a negative into a positive. Like I just totally was like, yo, this is so cool.
Do you have any other like inspirations that really started your music?
Stevie Nicks, which Fleetwood Mac, I don't know if you guys know who that is. Steve Miller Band, Elton John. I'm like influenced by a lot of old music. My mom kind of, when I was a kid, like we'd be just listening to like Elton John, Steve Miller Band, Fleetwood Mac, Metallica, Dokken, Alice in Chains, all this good music, and that's why I'm kind of confused as to why I even didn't start right in the genre of punk. You know, you would think that like coming from those like roots that I would have just immediately jumped into it, but it wasn't the case.
So, was it a rapper who like inspired you to start making music in the very first place, like at that point in high school? So what was like that main driver was like, yeah, I'm gonna put out a song? You said Cam?
So no, this kid Chris actually was like kind of got me into music and making my own music. Like,
yeah.
I always like loved music and have always made music, like played the instruments, but I would never record myself. I didn't know that you could just like buy a fucking microphone, buy an interface, and then just start recording. And at home, like, and then you get good at it, you start mixing and mastering. Shit starts sounding fucking crazy. It's like, damn, bro, why did anyone ever pay fucking for studio time? Like, I'm gonna say right here in my house where I can just, or this isn't my house, but, you know, I'm gonna stay right at home where I can have my, like, my peace. Fucking, if I need a beer, just go in the fridge, bro, smoke, like, whatever.
That's dope. It's pretty interesting to hear.
It's something.
When did you start, like, doing all your own stuff as opposed to going to studios?
Well, when I started to afford it. So, like, 16 when I started working. When I could start buying all my own equipment. That was kind of...
And you just been recording yourself and, like, teaching yourself how to mix and master?
Yeah, just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, shout out to YouTube. That's how I know how to do everything that I know how to do.
We live in a generation that, like, if we want to know something, we have no fucking excuse not to know it.
Yeah, for real. This is tough love shit right here, but if you want to know how to do something, literally just fucking look it up.
Like, we have no excuse. And, like, if you're going to play the fucking pity party, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Go out there and make something for yourself. Work. Grind. Like, if you don't want to make music, bro, go make some music. I never thought I'd get, like, to where the point that I am today. Look, go do it. Go work for it. You got it.
Yeah, man. And I'm sure there's, like, a couple people watching this who probably definitely their favorite artist. How does that make you feel knowing that, like, people just listen to what you've decided to make?
Bro, like, that shit is, like, what drives me. Like, the fact that I can wake up and get a DM from somebody and they're like, yo, dude, like, I was, like, dead ass on the verge of doing this and this and this, and, like, your music just, like, made my day. Like, I just woke up, listened to your song, and my mood was, like, changed. Like, that is just, like, the craziest thing. And, like, dude, that's why us artists make music.
It's bigger than you, you know?
It is definitely bigger than us. And there's so much more that is beyond the music than just even what you're hearing. You know,
do you feel like there's anything else that, like, influenced you when you were younger to, like, kind of have your own personality in your music?
Well, I'm like a character. My dad has always kind of been like a goofy guy, so him around me just like that rubbed off on me. But I kind of came from like, I don't want to say a shitty like background, because like I still had it better than most kids, but like I went through it, you know, like I went through some shit with my family and this and that, but yeah, I try to, you know, put all that right there into the music, usually. And that's what, like, that's where it all comes from. Like, my past has been kind of a shit show, so I try to take all that energy and just put it into my music. And yeah, there's still so much that, like, you guys, a lot of the songs that I've put out isn't really about that, like, about what's gone on in my past, because I'm waiting to get to a point where I'm reaching larger masses. The audience is bigger. I don't want to say so much until I know that, like, I'm getting my point to X amount of people, not just 100,000 or 1,000,000. Like, I if I'm going to put out a song that is, like, my blood, sweat, and tears about my life, I need to have, like, a country worth of people behind this and listening to it. So that way it can impact everybody and not... Because, like, it's gonna be a great song, you know? And that's why I really haven't ventured out into, like, writing anything too crazy about that yet. So I'm waiting for my audience to get bigger. All in time, though.
All in time.
Everything in time.
Just to completely switch off the topic from, like, life stories. Did you watch, like, a lot of cartoons growing up? I know me personally, things that I've watched in my childhood have most definitely impacted my craft. So I don't know if there's anything that you've watched.
Yeah.
It's kind of shaped you.
Believe it or not, this might sound crazy, but, like, I definitely had my fair share of watching cartoons, but I was more into, like, the real world type of things. Like, I was at a very early age, not, like, watching the news and being, like, concerned, but I was watching the news and, like, trying to understand. I would just sit there and listen and act like I knew what was going on, you know, but I don't know. I was a very different kid. That's for sure.
That's odd. But yeah, there's definitely a couple of cartoons that have shaped my life. Like,
what cartoons?
Avatar.
Avatar.
I love that.
Fire.
Avatar and Yu-Gi-Oh are the two biggest ones. I swear to God, I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh so many times. I've, like, mentally conceived that, like, it has this greater message behind it.
Dude, that's fair. The only cartoon I can say that I love, Rugrats, bro.
I used to watch Rugrats a lot. I don't
Fucking
remember
Rugrats,
like
bro.
anything
Sick.
about it.
Rugrats are fire. Fire. It's too bad they stopped making it too, because, like, I feel like they can still.
Yeah, but it would be milked.
It would be milked.
Like, so many things are milked, man.
Yeah, they are. They really are, bro. Society we fucking live in.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Yeah. I was very big into baseball. I mean, I played everything. Like, every sport you can imagine, I played it. But baseball was, like... The funny story, I would have never been making music if it wasn't for me stop playing baseball. So, when I was 17... I don't know if you guys can see this.
You can feel free to go show the camera if you want.
I'm gonna. But when I was 17, I was playing ball. I had a full scholarship to BC, Boston College. I was a sophomore. And I ended up having Tommy John surgery. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This scar right here. That scar is what caused me to be in a position where I can never play baseball again. So, that's kind of what led me to music. Sitting in the doctor's office being, like, looked at, read in my eyes, said, you're never going to be able to play baseball again. When, like, you know how I live, sleep, and eat, breathe music now? That was baseball. So, you know, you could imagine how it was.
I know me and you went to the same high school for a little while. Had no clue who each other were. I heard your name a couple of times from like different people, but it was just so weird for me to think about that.
Yeah.
And like,
guys, I got kicked out of that school, by the way. I didn't last long there. Fucking, the DP there just like had it out for me. Wasn't having it, so I had to go.
Do you think that like, how do you think your life would have been different if you had stayed in that school?
Probably wouldn't be making music because I wouldn't have been friends with this kid Chris. So, if I never met Chris and like started recording myself, I don't think we'd be here. Wouldn't even be having this talk right now.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me in going to that school, because if I never went to my high school that I went to, I would have never met the people that I met. And before I had ever graduated high school, I wanted absolutely nothing to do with anything. I was like the most uninspired like kid you could ever imagine. I would go home, go to school, do all my classwork, go home, play video games until it was time to go to bed, and like repeat every day.
On my head.
Every day. And I would do that literally every day. And then once I graduated, I had this weird feeling. And I kid you not, and I don't know if I've ever fucking told you this. It was the day that I was graduating. And I was sitting there, and I like looked around everybody, and I forget if it was like after I got my diploma or not. And I was just like, wow, like, I don't like, and it wasn't even anything. It was so weird because I had definitely gone through a lot of depression and like different cycles of like my identity in high school, and I don't even think I really knew who I was, and I felt like I just looked around and saw everybody, and I felt like so alone, and there were so many faces that like think they know who I am, but like they don't. And I was like, especially in my senior year, I definitely like, I was dating this girl and I was around this friend group, and like that friend group is just not how I am. And I was definitely lucky enough to meet my boy Chris Mangos, and he definitely inspired me a lot to like do what I'm doing now, because I saw him doing well, and I was like, it was crazy because he's like him and shout out to my boy Jimmy Brown, gave me my first like camera setup, and like they were the first people that like handed me a camera.
You and I had this talk. I remember this.
And I was just like, wow. Like if I had never met Jimmy or Christian, like no chance I'd be anywhere close to the person I am today.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like you were just saying, like not knowing yourself in high school though. I feel that. Like, I can so fucking feel that. Like, I feel the same way. Like, you didn't see me in high school, my nose pierced and, like, wearing all these chains and tattoos. And, like, bro, that's me. Like, not this, like, sporty kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. School's not for everyone. Definitely wasn't for me. I went to college for a year, but I dropped out of that shit.
Yes, sir.
Go to school. Go to school if you need to. Though.
Yeah, if you're like trying to like be a doctor or a lawyer, whatever the fuck it may be, go to school. But like, guess what? A lot of the time, I'll be point blank with you. College is highway fucking robbery for most people. So, take that as you please.
So you never went to school after that? Did you just go straight to work after you graduated?
Yeah, when I graduated, I went straight to construction, started working. Then I went to school for music theory for a year, Massasoit. Learned fucking nothing. Like I already knew everything, like that I learned. It's probably because I wasn't there for, fucking all these semesters. I was there for like what, 2? I mean, 2 semesters is 1 year. So I didn't really learn anything. It was a waste of $3,000, but
damn.
Which is nothing compared to, I'm sure, what some of your parents or you guys are even paying for your own schooling. Because some of it is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, man.
Fucking ridiculous. It's only gonna get worse.
You know, it's one of those things only time can really tell.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
I definitely have my own thoughts about it, but I'm going to keep that on the low because I don't know if what I think is what's really going to happen, but I've got a couple of thoughts in here. But, yeah, man, I definitely think this has been a pretty good little time. You know, we talked out. I feel like your audience probably knows you a lot more now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will definitely get another one of these. You know, every music video is gonna come with an interview from Dream District. So
yes, sir.
Make sure you guys go follow Dream District. All right, shout out Isaac right here for doing all the shit, filming, editing. You go to if you guys are in Mass, wherever. I mean,
yeah, just hit me up regardless. Hit me up regardless. If you make music and I fuck with it enough, I'll definitely come to you. There's no problem about that.
And on top of that, if you're new and you're a new fan of me, or you're a new fan of Dream District, just stay tuned because like there is gonna be so much shit that's coming in the next few months. A lot of shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned.
And it's all crazy, bro. Like, we definitely have some moves. And they, like, guys, when I tell you, I'm dropping the fucking project of the summer. Be ready. Like, when you're seeing this video, by the time you guys are watching this right now, the project will probably be out in like 14 days. So, fucking run it up. Because, like, this project is going to be 7 to 8 songs of what I think are the best songs that I've made in the past year. Or 6 months, whatever it may be. So, just please run it up, show a friend. You know, like if you see me on your feed post, like, comment, share. Like, my algorithm has been down like a motherfucker. So help me out, please. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's been lit, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you guys soon.